Dude, believe it or not, there's a ton of playability to this set. I mean, originally I was gonna dismiss it because of blah, but after I took her out of the box and got my hands on her, yo, I've been really, really impressed with what I've been seeing. She's a part of the Big Bird line, the one very, very fan serviced RC, and yeah, those are her legs over here. It is what you think it is. It's everything that you think it is, but it's really nice. Seriously, no joke. And yo, she got some crazy eyes over there. You see that? This kit is very cool. Has this kind of like Egyptian deity kind of spider motif. She can use her spider legs to form this throne and sit down. That is wild. Look at the posability right there. And yo, them heels. The heels are a little too high in my opinion, but they still look cool. The box got a little dinged on shipping, but it's still very, very nice. And yeah, tons of accessories, lots of vanity hands and stuff. And so why don't we just kind of check out the toy, right? All right, so this is how it comes packaged. There's two trays, and let me show you the bottom one first. The bottom one contains the pet spider, and this is also the armor for her. All of this stuff will open up, and it will kind of like encase the body, and it will also become a backpack as well, and therefore, they've strategically made this very, very light and hollow, and it doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, the gold is done nicely where it's painted, and it's also using some gold plastic in there, and a lot of bits, they are intentionally made to pop off. The fit is pretty secure, but it's made to pop off because you can actually combine some of the legs with this staff to become this bird thing. It's seriously far out. They're so creative. There's a lot of play value in here. I mean, yes, we're going to make jokes about the fan service and things like that, but it's just not a booby toy, It's a legit toy. It is a legit toy, and so I'm pretty stoked. This thing does come apart in terms of like posts and ports. They don't really clip in place other than this abdomen over here, but I'll show you all of that later. And let me kind of set this down. Let me set this back. But yeah, it looks really, really nice. It looks very cool, dude. I love the paint. I love the detail. Love this shade of blue. It's just very impressive. And here, of course, we have the main figure. Goodness gracious, is she gorgeous or what? Strong Egyptian-like vibes, right? I mean, I'm no expert in Egyptology or anything like that, but I don't know. Am I wrong to kind of assume that? Or if I am, and y'all are kind of versed in ancient civilization, and you're like, no, that's actually more Sumerian or like Mesopotamian or something, please elucidate me. I would love to learn. She's primarily plastic, but she has a ton of weight all down here and all over here. These are all metal. This is all metal. And yeah, it's pretty wild. And it really helps out with the weight distribution. It's just really, really well done. It is seriously more than just a fan service toy. And that face sculpt is quite beautiful. And I never got into the Big Bird line just because, I don't know, I didn't like the way the RC looked that much. But if they're kind of expanding on this, similar to like the Bishoujo line and stuff, yo, look at that. It looks like she's doing some type of like snake charming dance. That's beautiful. Awesome. So you can see it has a pivot over there, and yeah, she has a bit of an ab crunch over there. There's another one over here as well, and so lots of posability. And part of that ab crunch, actually, you need it to expose the hole in the back so you can stick in the post. I know, but hey, I'm just stating facts. That's what you have to do. And that's actually how the spider adheres to her, as well as kind of sandwiching down on all this. It's quite cool. It's really, really well done. She has like the joints are very stiff. The joints are very stiff. A lot of it is a combination of ball joints, pivots, and hinges and stuff like that. And so she's definitely made to be very posable, and just something that you can stare at and marvel at. And sorry, I'm just being very careful over here because I don't want to damage this beautiful paint. She does have a double knee. Very cool. Very satisfying. And yeah, I do think the heels are a little strange. The heels are not quite for me. I just feel like they're just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Something about it. It looks more like back in the day, the Chinese in ancient cultures used to bind women's feet. And that's what it kind of looks like to me. I think, to be honest, I actually think it looks kind of gross. I don't like the feet at all. I wish they looked a little bit more natural. In terms of these shoulder pauldrons, they are on hinges, and so you can move them as necessary to get some more like expressive posing and stuff. And so yeah, kudos to them, man. This is the first time, like I said, that I've been exposed to this line, and I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm not impressed with what I see, because I certainly am. The paint is rich. The details are done quite well. And I don't think these people are messing around, you know? This isn't just a lull toy. Yes, it's definitely fan service. I mean, dude, look at this thing, right? But it's more than that. Trust me. Trust me. There's a lot of playability to this. And why don't I actually show you rather than just talk about it? So let me kind of clean this stuff up, and before I do that, she does have a bunch of vanity hands over here, and so that's cool. That's very, very nice. I'm not going to pop them out and insert them right now, but I did want to show you these double daggers, and they're both metal. Far out ski. Which of these hands? I guess one of these hands will grip them, but to be honest, I would have been okay had they not done it in metal, because I don't know. But maybe they have faith in the fidelity of the hand and the wrist connections to be able to hold that weight. But anyway, all right, let me clean this up. I'll be right back, and we can do the transformation, okay? All right, let's go. Let's go ahead and transform her. I have transformed her several times, but in case I get stuck, I do have the Oracle of Delphi, the instructions over here to help me through this. The transformation is not difficult. It's just that it's unconventional. You know, I've never seen something like this before. And so the first thing you do is you flip that hair piece, and then you kind of rotate this up. And for now, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I was about to say something. I was like, that could be taken out of context. But I think a lot of stuff in this video is going to be taken out of context. That's okay. So we're going to open this up. And we're also going to untab that. Or not untab, but unplug. As you can see, all the attachments and stuff are pretty much just posts and ports. And that's just how it works. Okay. And then from here, that hole in the back of the head, we are going to get that to plug in there. And so you just kind of thread her hair up and, you know, try to make sure that you don't bump into anything, or as least as possible. And then cool. Now it's in there. And so you can see that there's full clearance. And there's a cavity in there to house her hair and her head. And everything is going to secure using those two ports up there. And then we will just kind of close this. She has a big old noggin over here. And that's it for now. And so now, excuse me. Oh, I actually forgot to do one thing. And let me open this up. She's like, it reminds me of that one episode of Friends where I think it was Monica. She wore the chicken on her head. You guys know what Friends is? How do I open this? Okay. Yeah, there is one big thing that I forgot to do. Let me remove this. You actually have to spin her head around. Yeah. And do so gently, just because, you know, you don't want to mess up. And by the way, look at that head rock. You don't want to mess up any of the paint and stuff because it's just so immaculate. All right, now we have that. Now we can get that all in here once more. Cool, there we go. There we go. Okay, almost kind of looks like some type of tiki mask or something, right? And then so what you're going to need to do at this point is this section has to wrap up over here. And so we're going to have to spread her legs for the sake of clearance and also get these spider legs out of the way. I mean, technically I could just pop them off. I might do that. That might be easier to do at this point. And I'll just pop them back on. And yes, I mentioned earlier, they are made to pop on and off because of the alternate mode that I'm going to show you later. But for the sake of demonstrating this, it might be better. So, all right, this spider bit is going to wrap around this section over here. And then that post is going to insert into that port right there. And that one is going to insert into the one by her back. And cool. Everything's nice and secure. And you know what? Maybe I can't get the legs back. All right. Okay, I could do it from here. Cool. And I believe all the legs are identical. Yeah, I believe they are. Cool. And cool. And yeah, you don't have to remove the legs. It just makes it a lot easier. But I am going to be mindful of the arms as well. So now we know where the abdomen is and we know where the head is. All the stuff is going to be facing downward. And so maybe before we do this, we just, sorry, my dear. We're going to maneuver the arms down over there. Okay. Sorry. I'm seriously like holding my breath as I do this right now. Just because I don't want to damage any of the plastic. Or not plastic, I don't want to scrape any of the paint. I mean, I think it's going to be fine. I'm just being overly cautious, that's all. Then we get that in there. And then we can start configuring her spider legs, right? Point those down. Same thing for this. You can orient that down like that. And we're almost done at this point. A lot of it is just maneuvering and getting stuff pointed in the right direction. Oh, this one's falling out. There we go. Cool. This over here, while it is a tiny minor detail, this bit will lift up and it will spin, and then it will come back down just to ensure that all the toes are facing in the right direction. And the hands don't go anywhere, but you could either keep them on or you can remove them. I'm just going to remove them right now. They don't fold up. It would have been nice if they can hide somewhere, but whatever, dude. Doesn't really bother me that much. But pretty much those are kind of like the hind legs. Same thing. Let me just remove the hand and get her back into the center of the shot. I'm sorry about that. And rotate. And then situate as necessary. For the bird mode, and also I was going to say, I forgot to show you earlier, when this is in spider mode, like right now she's going to have 8 legs because it's the combination of the character, the figure, and also the spider. But when it's just a spider, you can see that there's a seam here, right? You can actually open this up, and I forgot to show you that earlier. And when you turn into the bird mode with the staff, you can split that open, and so they become a little bit more feathery, so to speak. Okay, so from this part, the heels are going to flip up, and the feet are going to rotate around. Again, all for the purposes of getting the toe situated in the right place. The legs are going to kind of spread out. And these are going to be like the, I don't know, spider anatomy. I was going to call them the heck? Okay, that's great. That's great. This is a metal bit, and it just kind of slid off. It's not great. Probably requires a little bit of glue in there. Not terribly happy about that. But whatever, dude. At least it's not broken. It just seems they used too little glue or something. I'd rather that they have used too little glue so that I could fix it versus them just go ham on it and everything's all gunked up and messed up in there. But sure, you kind of adjust stuff as is. Get the legs however you see fit. Hose them appropriately. And I mean, more or less, this is kind of like the spider mode. It does have a creepy crawly feel to it, doesn't it? It almost reminds me of was it Iron Spider? Remember Spider-Man got the Stark Industry suit, and it's like gold and red. You know what I'm talking about, right? It kind of looked like the Iron Man suit. It kind of not really reminds me of that a little bit, but she can stand properly in spider mode. You just need to orient the legs properly. And I'm having a hard time doing it. It looks so much better on the box. I don't know how spiders stand, but yeah, it's something like that. I don't want to spend too much time just trying to pose her and get this right, but I think you get the general idea of what she's supposed to look like, right? And it looks pretty creepy crawly. It also just kind of looks like, you know what it looks like. But yeah, very poseable, and if you spend enough time, it will look proper. But I know it looks like a mess. I swear it looks good. It does look good if you spend the time to do it right now. It's just that I'm just not good at this, dude. I'm not really good at character posing. I actually take a lot of inspiration. I look at other people's stuff and I just kind of copy them in terms of when I'm making my thumbnails and stuff. It's yeah, I'm not very good about that. But believe me, it's cool. And it's supposed to be something like this. Okay? I think that's the best I'm going to get. And that is not bad. That is not bad. I'm probably going to take a picture of this and put it on the thumbnail. But let me put her back into her normal mode so that I can show you both the staff and also when you apply the spider as the backpack. Cool? All right, just give me a second and I'll be right back, bro. I'm super sweaty. Super sweating right now, but again, it's the heater and I'm wearing a pretty thick sweater right now. Okay, I'll be back in a second, Gretchen. All right, cool. So let's work on the last mode. Largely, you know, there's nothing happening over here, so just kind of like set her down just so she doesn't like topple over or anything. And then we're going to go to the spider pet and we are going to remove this bit from the abdomen. And then we can fold this down. There are no ratchets, but it is on kind of like a knuckle joint, and yeah, it'll sit there fine. And that post right there, that very thin post, and again, just be very mindful of this because, like I said, there's no metal on this. And so, yeah, don't just like yank and force stuff. Just kind of twist and push until it goes through. And once you've done that, you can close up the shell, and that right there will become the backpack. Then we can orient the legs however we see fit. Ugh. Like that. And then we'll get these bits, the same ones that we used to connect earlier. It's always the same ones, and we'll just tab those in. Not tab those in. We'll plug those in. Gotta make sure this is aligned. Gotta make sure that the hole is exposed. And there we go. It will hug. And then you can kind of bring her hair down. Yeah, effectively, that's kind of it. One could argue that this is not great. Maybe I didn't do something right. No, I think this is it. I think this is it. This is her spider thorax on the back. And then she has the deity arms over here, and yeah, that's what she looks like. Again, just really, really nice in my opinion. Everything looks so feathery, but they're also like blades, you know what I mean? So almost like metal feather blades. Very, very, what's the word? I'm trying to say a word scary, but that's not the word. It's very, like ominous presence. There you go. Ominous presence. She looks good. This is a little bit whatever. I mean, it's cool enough, but I think it might actually be better without the thorax, huh? Maybe we should remove it. What do you think, class? All right, give me a second. I'm going to remove it, see how she looks. All right, I removed the thorax, and I kind of like it. I was able to remove the thorax, and then the bit that was plugged into the thorax, I wrapped it around. The little hole by her belly is a little unsightly, and I wish I could get something to cover that. But it looks like a nice armor piece. I'm digging this way more than the other thing. This is tight. This is way tight. And so to me, this is the preferred mode in terms of a deity princess. That's very cool. That's very, very cool. So let me actually show you now the final mode, which is we're going to take the scepter. You know what? Maybe I could just do it here. No, I got to unplug it. We're going to remove the legs, split them, and there's only ports for, I guess there's a third one. I didn't notice that. But yeah, I'm going to make this into a bird, and I will be right back, Jack. All right, so I cheated and I did it off camera. Sorry. But essentially, it's just a staff, and you're plugging in the spider legs, and I can actually show you. The spider leg is, it's very tight, and so you want to get a spudger in there, and then once you get it in there, you can kind of twist and untab all the bits, and just be very careful. But yeah, it'll open up like this. And what's great is that you can see all of the areas where there's like a pivot, there's a hinge and all that stuff. And so that's great. That's great. So you only need 3. One will go on the back of the staff behind the head, and that will become kind of like the tail. And these, I'm not exactly sure if I configured it how it's supposed to, but you can do whatever you want, really. And then you can make this kind of bird thing. And that's not horrible. That's not too bad, actually. And so that's that. And so, yeah, you can turn into the bird. We have the spider mode, and then finally, going back to homegirl over here. She's great. She is great. I would highly recommend this. If you're into the Bishoujo type of line and you like the anime type waifu things, but at the same time, it's a really, really nice toy with great play value. This is cool. This is really cool. And I feel bad that I kind of looked down on it before. I think it's quite nice. Yeah, they've done a great job. Tons of great accessories. Paint is great. Manufacturing is good. Other than that toe bit kind of coming off earlier, I'm going to have to glue that back on. No, it's done well. I don't have any complaints about it. Other than that, some of the modes may look a little bit forced. The one where we had the abdomen hanging on, that looks a little bit forced. But other than that, that's really just an aesthetic more than anything, you know? It's not the quality of the toy or the execution or anything like that. But very, very cool. Very, very cool. Not for me, though. Not for me personally, because I don't really collect the Bishoujo stuff. But might be for you. It might be for you, okay? Thanks for watching.